This election cycle, much has been said about the way votes are counted and how people vote. We wanted to know, how much trust do you have in our election process?
There's been some concerns, but I think this area, we're pretty secure.
Yeah, there wasn't anything that I saw that was off or anything. It just felt pretty normal.
Definitely. I felt very safe with it, very secure with it, and it was nice to get it done.
I most definitely do. And I think it will be counted, and wouldn't be here if I didn't.
Political experts are advising voters to consider this year as an election season rather than our traditional election day, as mail-in and early votes will take some time to count. We asked you when you expected to know the outcome of the election. 18% of you said you expected to know on election day. 62% of you said days after, 11% said weeks after, and 9% said they didn't expect results for months after the election. Jasper County election clerk says results might take some time.
KOAM's Jesse Irwin joins us now with more on what we can expect this evening. Jesse, what will some of the changes be as far as the counting process?
Well, Dow, I think historically, when we look at elections like this, we're expecting to see the results, Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. But because of the number of mail-in ballots that we're seeing in the United States and in the four-state area, we should be expecting to maybe see the majority of results fully come in as the week continues on. I spoke with several county clerks, both in Missouri and Kansas, and they said that they don't expect to have every single ballot counted until possibly the end of the week. And especially with those deadlines of 7 p.m., both in Missouri and Kansas, there's going to be a lot to count on Wednesday morning. And so when we look at that, when we look at Oklahoma, spoke with the county clerk in Ottawa County, she said 75% of their mail-in ballots have been returned as of today. So a lot going on with this, but ultimately I think it's going to just have a little bit of a slower pacing as we continue on past Election Day.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Podcasts. From Facebook to Twitter to podcasts, Campaign 2020 was everywhere on social media, and that led us to ask, how much do you trust social media posts about political issues? On this issue, you spoke loud and clear. 94% of you said you had no trust in social media posts about political issues. KOAM's Caitlin Shive spoke with Republicans and Democrats about how the campaign trail went online.
Social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok have allowed those running for office to more conveniently reach a larger audience this year. President Trump tweets to his 87 million followers more than 20 times a day, and Facebook has released posts reminding people to register to vote.
Social media does overall influence people a lot because that's where a lot of people see things the first time.
Locally, social media has helped the Southwest Missouri Republicans and Democrats with campaigning.
It's made things a lot easier for us to be able to reach people sometimes without spending a lot of money.
We've always used social media heavily in campaigns. I would say since 2008, social media has been used heavily,
allowing each side to voice their views and opinions to others.
I would say that there are a couple of issues that are playing very heavily on social media and where some people may have been swayed. No on Amendment 3 is the one where I would say I've seen the most, probably social media convincing of folks.
I was explaining Amendment 3 to somebody on Facebook the other day in a conversation, and partway through the conversation they said, "You've changed my mind."
Krista Stark with the Southwest Missouri Democrats says social media is used more for reminding people, especially the younger generation, to vote rather than swaying who they vote for.
Zoomers are not a highly persuadable group. They already have their mind made up one way or another. Just reminding them to vote would be the issue.
For MSSU student Connor Henry, being exposed to multiple campaign ads did influence him in some ways.
I was surprised by the amount of campaign ads on Instagram, to where, while it never changed my mind, it made me think about some topics in new ways.
And it has senior RJ Smith wanting to vote.
Instagram, Twitter, really anything that has like something about voting or register to vote here or something about the election. So, it's kind of making me want to vote.
In Joplin, Caitlin Shive, KOAM News.